This is a colossal breach, bigger than Snowden. It concerns some 11 million documents from a Panamanian law firm, but which has offices elsewhere. And it concerns something like 72 heads of state, we believe, and their circles. And it's all about offshore jurisdictions. You can set up front companies. It's not illegal in itself, but what that does is it disguises the true ownership of assets and accounts. Well, basically, I think we're talking initially about three areas in particular: bribery, sanctions, anti-money laundering, and also PEPs, I suppose, politically exposed persons. Bribery because under the UK rules, you can be liable for bribery connected with what's called an associated person. And very often a front company is used in bribery transactions. Sanctions because, again, as you're probably aware of the various sanctions regimes, again, you can set up a front company which could mask the company or the individual who might be on a sanctions list somewhere around the world. And then finally, anti-money laundering requires you to do due diligence on individuals before you undertake certain transactions. So again, that could be, these front companies could be used as a mask for that, and equally politically exposed persons who could be politicians, because you're supposed to have sort of arm's length dealings with people like that. Well, they are saying they are beyond reproach. They're saying they deny the BBC Panorama programme's allegations that some of you may have seen about this, and they're saying also that their technology is state-of-the-art. I think, first of all, obviously look at your data breach procedures and policies. We're going to have new EU rules on this, which can become even more significant, because you'll have to report these mandatorily in many countries. But you're going to have to look at those and look at your technology. As I said, the law firm said their technology was top-notch. So I think you're going to have to look at that. Maybe also look at cyber insurance as well. You might have to think about that sort of issue. Absolutely, and already has. We understand that in Sweden they're investigating something like 400 to 500 individuals. So clearly they knew about this issue also, that it was coming. In Australia as well, I understand they said they're investigating some 800 individuals. And I imagine there are going to be many, many that follow. Well, clearly this story is going to run and run for some time. And that means we're going to have more names, more individuals are going to come out of this, and more documents, obviously, that people are going to be looking at. So what does that mean for, let's say, law firms and banks, for example? Well, their phones are going to be ringing, obviously, their clients are going to be calling, saying, am I involved in this? What can I do? And so on. So people are going to have a plan ready to deal with that. And if the next step is that some kind of internal investigation needs to be done, further due diligence, for example, as well, then proper procedures will have to be put into place. You have to be careful about things like data protection law, and obviously look again very much at your data breach issues, your policies and procedures. But I think two key words here are due diligence. Do that.